Well, 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 guess who's coming to town? That's right. The 3-year-old fillies will be in town on the 2nd of May for the Kentucky Oaks for sure. Makes me very, very happy for sure. Well, we're here to look at our top 7 Kentucky Oaks contender as of April 9th, okay? All prep races have been completed, and we have a good framework of who get in and who won't get in. Of course, it could be modified with scratches and those type of things for sure, things that are unseen. But for now, we have our top 7 contenders that we think one of these 7 will be the winner of this year's Kentucky Oaks for sure. It's going to be a full field of 14, and it's going to be a mile and an eighth for $1.5 million, right? For sure. Hey, remember that tip sheets for both days, Kentucky Oaks Day, which is Friday the 2nd, and of course the Kentucky Derby Day on the 3rd. Full cards, tip sheets will be available for $20 each day. If you buy both, I'll give them to you for $35. I just ask that you get your orders in very, very quickly here, along with your payment. A lot of work to do the next 2 weeks for sure, and just make sure you get on the list to get your sheets. Great, great way to support us if you like our content. And of course, we've been doing real well with our tip sheets in terms of results of our top 2 or 3 picks for sure. SpeedKing24 at yahoo.com. SpeedKing24 at yahoo.com. Well, the list of 7 that I have here is my list, okay? I believe are the top 7 horses, and the winner of this year's Kentucky Oaks will come from this list of 7. I put them in alphabetical order, not in any order that I particularly like them. I still need to wait for the post position, the condition of the track, and those type of things to make my final analysis to see who's going to be my top 2 picks or 3 picks in the race for sure. So let's dive right in, and the first horse on the list is Good Cheers in alphabetical order. Well, Good Cheers is obviously a homebred of Godolphin, okay, trained by Brad Cox, and Louis Saez is in the orange. Now, real quick, I do want to send out, get well wishes to Louis Saez, who took a small spill yesterday at Keeneland. Hope that he's doing well, and he'll be in our prayers for sure. One of my favorite jocks that's currently riding for sure, Louis Saez. Get well soon, my brother. Well, Good Cheers obviously is by Medagliadora, on the back end by Street Sense. Is undefeated, 6 for 6, has won 2 races this year. Of course, the Rachel Alexandra race for sure, and the Fairgrounds Oaks, right? This is a top-notch filly, and obviously she should be on my list and everybody else's as far as I'm concerned. And the second horse on the list, well, you don't have to look far for this one either, Lucara. Well, Lucara to me, obviously, I have a strong fanfare with the breeder and owner, Tracy Farmer. Of course, I just love when Tracy Farmer breeds horses and owns them and turns them over to Mark Casse, none bigger than Albert the Great. Well, Lucara has just improved by leaps and bounds. She's by Street Sense, 4 wins from 9 starts. She's 2 wins this year from 3 with 1 second. None bigger than the one that she won on Monday, the Ashland Stakes, earning a beautiful pace numbers across. I went and pulled it up on my database, and the speed figures that she has, according to my database that I have here, is just fantastic. So this filly has moved in the right direction. Her breeding is obviously fantastic by the juvenile winner, Street Sense, and the Kentucky Derby winner. One of the only sires that's ever done that, Street Sense, win the juvenile and the Kentucky Derby. So again, Lucara obviously deserves to be on the list from where I sit. Our third horse on the list is none other than Quiet Side. I think there's an upside to this filly. Has always hit the board in 7 starts, 3 wins, 3 seconds, and 1/3. This year, nothing's changed. She's won 2 races by Malibu Moon. John Ortiz is doing the conditioning. Jose Ortiz is in the orange. This one ran first in the Fantasy Stakes, which was just absolutely fantastic. Also won the Honeybee, the Grade 3. I thought that Quiet Side quickly deserved to be on this list. Have ran against Immersive, who is off the trail. That's another Godolphin homebred who's no longer on the trail, that was a talented filly and undefeated on her own. 4 for 4, Immersive. Hey, Quiet Side deserves a lot of respect, I believe, in here. Deserves to be on my list for sure. Next on the list is Simply Joking. Well, she'll keep them honest, I tell you that. Simply Joking is by Practical Joke, and again, Beckman's doing the conditioning. Jamie Torres is in the orange. Really, maybe a little light on experience. Only 3 lifetime starts. 2 of them are wins and 1 second. She really did need that last race to even think about competing here. She ran second in the Fantasy. Obviously behind Quiet Side. And I think that she's on her way up. May lack a little experience, but I tell you now, she is moving in the right direction. And her 4th start should be better than any of her last 3. That's what you're looking for. Horses that's going to improve. Not that's done it, but that's going to do it. Right? And I think Simply Joking to make her presence felt somewhere in this field. And the next horse, of course, in this list is the old Take Charge, Milady. Well, it's Kenny McPeak, y'all. McPeak and McPeak Law Firm. That's right. Kenny McPeak knows how to get young horses ready to roll, y'all. Particularly fillies, right? Of course, he has Torpedo Anna and many, many others. But Take Charge, Milady is by Take Charge Indies, whose mayor was Take Charge Lady, trained by Kenny McPeak, which was actually Kenny McPeak's first Kentucky Oaks win. I think he's won 3 of them so far, and Take Charge Lady was his first. And this horse has all the bloodlines, obviously, in line with Take Charge Lady. But Take Charge Milady don't need to apologize. Only 2 wins from 6 starts, but she's getting good at the right time. Brian Hernandez, of course, is in the orange for Kenny McPeak. I ain't telling you nothing you ain't know already. When he's serious, he go gets his boy. And this horse ran second in the Ashland behind Lacara. She don't have to apologize. This one is peaking at the right time, Take Charge Milady. I thought I was going to get 8-1 on Take Charge Milady, but she went down to 3-1 or 7-2 or something like that. She ran second in a very, very useful race. Now 4 weeks out from the Kentucky Oaks. Hey, I know Lacara ran a beautiful race, but so did Take Charge Milady. I had to put her on my top 7 list for sure. And the next one in line is Tima. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't really care about this horse, and I don't mean the horse itself, but there's just something off about this horse. Tima obviously has never done nothing wrong. Not knocking her for her accomplishments. She is a $500,000 winner, has won 5 of 6. I'm not, and ran third the only time she didn't win. I mean, so it's pretty hard to knock her. As a 3-year-old, she's 2 for 2. So I'm not saying that, okay? It's just that she won the Santa Anita Oaks the other day, and the race was slow. I looked at the splits, and she's going to have to run much faster than that to beat this bunch. Now, 2 races back, she did run a better number and did good, okay? I just don't like that last number there. But maybe, it was probably a small field that she beat last time and didn't need to do a lot of work. But Tima, I just thought with all her accomplishment, needed to be on the list. By Nyquist, the Derby winning Nyquist, on the back end by Tappet, Bobby B. Baffert is doing the conditioning. Of course, everybody knows I have big respect for Bob Baffert. I'm not a big fan of his, for sure. I mean, he did a nice job with our horse, Authentic, in the Derby and the Breeders' Cup Classics, and his body of work speaks for itself. So, no shade on him. But Tima, has never done nothing wrong. I thought she deserved to be on the list out of all fairness. And the last horse on our 7-horse list is one that I think you really do need to take a look at, and you need to look at closely. Vodka with a twist, stirred and not shaken, okay? Hey, this one's by 1,000 words, a vodka with a twist. 2 wins only from 8 starts. Hey, Phil D'Amato's doing the conditioning for sure in here. And I'm going to tell you something. You got to look real close at this sneaky filly. She's almost ready to pop into flames. She's a burst into flames, this horse, right? Hey, listen, she's been in against that monster Immersive, that Godolphin runner who's no longer on the trails of the Kentucky Oaks, who was 4 for 4. And back there in the Del Mar Debutante, and of course in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile filly, running second to Immersive. And then, you know, she ran in the Scarlet Stakes and ran third. Her first race as a 3-year-old off of a 4-month layoff, she ran third in the Santa Anita Oaks behind Tima. She needed that race, being away 4 months, and I think her second race as a 3-year-old, she's going to be really, really tight. This horse has a lot of talent. I see it, and she just may be coming into her own on her 9th start of her of her life. And of course, she needed that last race as a stepping stone into the Oaks, right? Quietly good, and that one day it's going to be a coming out party, and it very well could be on the Kentucky Oaks Day. You better pay attention. Don't leave this one out in your exotics. I think this horse is going to show up in a very good way. So there's our top 7 for sure. Now, one of the things, I don't need a bunch of emails from people, right, that you'll notice about our top 7, there are a few notable horses that we all know that didn't make my list for one reason or another. I don't look for reasons to bet them. I look for reasons to throw them out. And there's 3 of them, like 5G. Well, I cashed a ticket or 2. I just didn't think she was up to par from these other 7. And of course, this one's big, y'all. Ballerina Dior. I think it's Chad Brown and his horses, right? But again, I'm not so high on her either. I'm throwing her off the win ticket. Of course, you can use these horses underneath, but Ballerina Dior did not make my top 7, as well as Mahima. I don't like that big gray horse. Again, nothing against the horse. She looks clunky. She doesn't look fluent. I mean, I didn't like the way that she ran. I bet against her the other day as well. So Mahima's not on, but we believe both of them are going to take money in the Oaks, right, if they make it there. Mahima and Ballerina Dior. And there's one other one, maybe not so famous early on. So, of course, there's a few that's not going to make the list. Everybody can't make the list. That's the reason how you have to make calls, right? So, again, I look for reasons to get rid of them, not to bet them. All right, I'm not a defensive handicapper. I'm an offensive handicapper for sure, as I solve the puzzle. So there's our top 7. Let's go through them again in alphabetical order. Good Cheers, Lucara, Quiet Side, Simply Joking, y'all, and then Take Charge, Old Milady, and then Tima, right? Not so much. And then Vodka with a Twist. Those are our top 7. We believe the winner will come from those for sure. As always, remember, tip sheets will be available for both Oaks and Derby Day. Email us at SpeedKing24@yahoo.com. The girls in town. Well. Somebody here is going to burst into flames. And it might be that vodka with a twist. Stay classy, y'all, in all that you do.